Hello everybody, I'm here with Tom from Goblin King Games. I know you're surprised, so am I, but we're going to be talking a bit about Moonstone, the multi-award winning Moonstone.
Hey.
And the whole new faction that was being teased last year is now out and available for everybody to have fun with. So, Tom, tell us all about the Undead.
Oh, the Undead, as coined by you, and that's caught on. The whole community loves the Undead. So there's two sort of sub-factions in the Shades of Moonreach. There's Spirits, which is your ghosty ghoulies and your kind of hammer horror kind of style. And then you've got your Risen, which is more your zombies, you know, rusty armour and that sort of aesthetic. And of course we've got the main man himself, the Echo of the Forgotten King, the big baddie. And of course his nanny, because he wouldn't go anywhere without his nanny. And she's followed along by the Babelings. So the Babelings are psychopomps. Psychopomps are these creatures of the Deadlands who serve to, who live, well they don't really live, but they exist to serve the needs of the dead. So the nanny obviously desperately needs to care for something, so these Babelings have flocked towards her to just act babyish, so she's got something to look after in the Deadlands. Other psychopomps have all sorts of various other functions. So we've got the Tea Cake of Torment, who is there to be eaten, although he doesn't always super appreciate it. We've got the Terrible Musician, who likes to entertain people with music, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, they're a proper bunch of weirdos. The Freaky Fug Day box set with Gerry, the guy with the butt for a face for a butt, yeah. Rory, who's also a party planner. And Abracadabras, who goes around cleaning up the spare bits of body that fall off people and refashions it into new and exciting designs.
I mean, the Shades as a concept, Undead is a fantasy trope that everybody understands, but the Hieronymus Bosch-like ideas of what the realm of the dead is within Tauber and is just so distinctly different from anything else. How did that come about?
Like a lot of these things, it was sort of wheedling away in the back of my mind for years. I was kind of thinking, I always loved Undead. I've loved Undead in other games, and I was thinking, we are known for being very fun.
Yeah.
So how do I make Undead fun? And I also, you know, I love history, and those medieval manuscripts that the monks did, you know, with the
Marginalia.
Yeah, they're so hilarious. I thought this needs to be in a miniatures game, and what better game than the wonderfully whimsical fantasy skirmish game Moonstone?
Makes an awful lot of sense to me. Now, that was a Kickstarter last year, funded a massive range to add the fourth faction, but you've recently released a couple of more boxes as well.
So we've tapped into another trope that I love and a lot of people love, which is pirates. So now we have Undead Pirates. So these, their release date was just last Friday, so they're absolutely brand new. And we got quite a lot of stock of them with us today. So if anybody wants some Undead Pirates, we've got Barnacle, the Undead Troll. We've got Commodore Delahaye, who's this kind of ghostly figurine that's got a hole through the middle of the miniature, which is really cool. We've got Chesapeake, who is a weird crab man. So you might notice amongst our shades, some of the creatures are just absolutely bizarre. If you go to the Deadlands and you choose to stay for a long time, you kind of transform and become more and more weird, like the psychopomps, the longer you stay there. So he was a pirate who's obviously died in unfortunate circumstances at sea, gone to the Deadlands, decides he loves it, and he's just morphing into this weird crab. He's been sucked back to the live lands by King Churnet, who's bringing everybody back from the Deadlands to come and kind of bolster up his armies. And then we've got Bridget, who is she's not actually undead. She's living, but she has an affinity for the dead. She can talk to the dead. So when a character dies in-game, she can now play their abilities, which is really useful. If your reanimator dies, you're like, oh, now I can just reanimate with her. So she's an awesome model. I think they're probably the nicest miniatures we've ever made, which is saying something. And they play really nice. They got a new play style. It's a dual faction box, so in Dominion you'll probably lean more into a load of pistol fire. It's very much about overwhelming people with pistols. In Shades, it's more about using water features, combining with Sonara, our mermaid, luring people to their watery graves. So yeah, they play slightly differently in each faction, but they're brilliant fun in both.
I mean, it is one of the beautiful things about Moonstone. The fact that you can get in there, you can craft a troop around a theme, so you can go, okay, well, I've got some pirates that may be slightly unalive, match them up with the pirates that are alive, and then you've got a very different set of figures on the table than if you just gone fully undead with the shades.
That was always the idea with these troop boxes. It's 3 models. A normal game might be 6v6. You can just smash 2 troop boxes together and it's going to work because there's synergies within each box. It tends to have a healer, a melee character and a support character. But if they visually look like they're going to work well, there's almost always some cross synergy as well. So just by adding on one more box set of 3, you can get a completely new playstyle out of the miniatures you've already got.
Yeah. It's a joyous thing, and people really should be playing more of it. There's also the campaign deck, if people are getting a bit into their Moonstone and want to link games together.
Absolutely. So we made a campaign deck a few years ago when we only had 3 factions. Obviously, when we introduced Shades, they need some upgrade cards for themselves and some tricks to play in between games that are uniquely creepy and shady. So we've made this expansion deck, which people can add on. It's fairly chunky, it's 56 cards. You can add it onto your existing campaign deck and it brings it all up to date, so there's an equal number of options for all of the factions. At some point in due course, we're going to produce a new box product which is the whole combined thing, but at the moment we've got this for people to add on to their previous decks.
Which is always handy, and I will be picking one of those up, yes. If people are here at UKGE, where can they find you?
We are Hall 3, right by the entrance to Hall 3. We're stand 901 in Hall 3, and you'll see our big banners, and we're quite easy to find. We're by the entrance to Hall 3.
And if they want to find the multi-award-winning Moonstone online, where do they look?
If you go to www.moonstonethegame.com, and that's a launch pad, we've got an online store, there's loads of tactics articles, there's galleries of all of our miniatures, so it's a good place to start.
Yeah, it's a fantastic place to start, and if you want to get involved, you really should. You can even print and play, get the rules, get the cards, and get standees all on the website for free as well. Give it a go at home. We're going to push on and see what else there is to see here at the Expo. Bye-bye.